Well, hi everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of AndersMill Knits. And now welcome to my couch. I guess I am going to make the rounds of my house until I find the just right place to do the episode. And who knows, maybe this is the one, because I'm really liking the lighting, except for the lamp over here. That's really bright. And I don't even know if I need it. We'll see. Anyway, if you're a new viewer, thank you for joining me. I'm your host, Emily. And if you are returning, thank you so much. I feel like I'm crooked. Hold on a second, guys. Let's figure this out. Okay, maybe that's better. Pardon me. Where was I? Well, I'm your host, Emily. And like I said, if you're a new viewer, thank you for checking me out. And if you're returning, hi guys. You're my good friends at this point. It's so much fun conversing with you guys on YouTube and on Ravelry and on Instagram, which, by the way, you can find me on Ravelry as aka Millie, and you can find me on Instagram, that's the one, as aka Millie907. So Millie is spelled M-I-L-L-I-E. So there you go. And let's see. Yeah, I think that's all the social media I really do. I do some Facebook, but I won't publicize that because it's hard to regulate your privacy on Facebook, and as a counselor, I have to be very wary and make sure that none of my clients actually are my friends on social media. So on Instagram, I can regulate that quite easily. Sorry. Watson, it's okay. It's okay. Shh. On Instagram, I can regulate that quite easily as a private account, but on Facebook, it's really quite difficult. So I won't put that out there. And plus, that's more for some like different kind of personal relationships. However, I might make an AndersMill Facebook page group on Facebook, something like that. Sorry about a grumpy dog. I have the windows open, well, the shades up and everything, and apparently somebody dared to be outside. How dare they? It's not just Watson's World here. Anyway, so we have some giveaways to do. Well, just one giveaway. On the Ravelry group, I put this lovely bag up as a giveaway for the group because Stephanie, our good friend, Hot Pink Socks Review, she owns the Rusted Stitch on Etsy. She sent me as a early Christmas present one of these, and oh, I forgot to get it out. Here's mine. It's got one of my projects in it right now, in fact. And at the same time, she sent one for you guys, and it's so well done. As you may know, she takes recycled sweaters. She recycles sweaters from like Goodwill and things like that, and she makes them into bags, and to project bags, and to needle minders. I never get that right. Is it double-pointed needle minders? Is that the words? I hope so. Sorry, Stephanie, if I always bungle it. But they're so cool! I use them for everything. And so she sent me an early Christmas present, so I thought you guys should have an early Christmas present. So I opened a thread on the Ravelry group, and we had some entries, which I totally forgot to look up before the start of this recording. So I'm going to pause and look it up right now and come back to you. So one second. Okay, I'm back. So, luckily, I've got my computer. So I went on to our Ravelry group, and we actually had 10 entries. The latest one by yesterday, I believe. Nope, Monday. She put it on Monday. So we have, well, we actually have 9 entries because I'm the first one. So I'm going to go over here to random.org and put in 2 through 10. Obviously, I didn't do right. What? Random? Oh, I'm not going to the right place. 2 through 10. And while this is generating, I'm going to tell you what that was about. So I put over there on the thread to please enter in like your favorite Christmas or holiday memories. And we got some really awesome responses. And it seems like all of them are centered around family. And I really liked that. You know, people talked about going out and looking at Christmas lights with their family, or going over to grandparents' houses to celebrate, or getting together just at the holidays, period. And, you know, I'm all about family, in case you haven't noticed. Well, I mean, I just absolutely adore my family and my friends. And I agree. I can't really get into the holiday spirit unless I have that quality time with my family, and now with my husband. We've been trying really hard to make some quality time with each other during this time, so, which is kind of easy as newlyweds, you know, we're each other's top priorities, so, at this time. 20 years from now, that might not be the case, but anyway, so random.org came up with number 4. Do you see it in the purple area there? See the number 4 under the word generate. Okay. And so let's go over to the board. Let's see. 1, 3, 4. And that is Grammy Knitterbug. And that is Karen. You're from Louisiana. That's so cool. I think I've been there once when I was like 11, maybe 12. But I can't promise you I was there. And I hope you don't mind, Katie, but I'd love to read your post for everybody. She says, my favorite memory of Christmas was when my grandmother would have a party every year for Christmas. Her 7 children, 7 in-laws, and 28 grandchildren would be there. Everyone would have a gift from Grandma, and the kids would get gifts from every family. It was so much fun being with everyone at once. I'm getting a little verklempt. I have similar memories of my grandparents. See, I'm totally getting verklempt. Sorry. I'll stop now. And who can use verklempt, a Jewish word for Christmas? That's just not a thing. So, sorry, I've already forgotten your name. Karen! Karen, can you message me on Ravelry and send me your address? That would be lovely. And I'm also going to close this. I'm going to close up this this thread and put on there that Karen won, so she can maybe see it there too and get the hint that she needs to contact me and stuff. So that is exciting. I am so grateful that she won. And I'm so grateful for all of you guys for participating in the group. I know there's so many groups out there in Ravelry. I get overwhelmed. I know most people probably do too. I get excited and then I kind of lose track of things and I just can't remember to keep up on things. So I am like stoked anybody is remembering to keep up on our Ravelry group. So, okay, let's pause here and go into the next segment. All right, so let's review some notes, shall we? So, the last 2 weeks have been pretty awesome, honestly. I have been having a great time. I'm finally healthy. I cough once in a while, but, you know, no big deal. My husband and I have been going to our my weekly, I should say. He comes along for support, and that's wonderful, and it's astounding that he would do that. But I got diagnosed with diabetes back in September, at the same time that I lost my job. Actually, the same day. I got diagnosed with diabetes 2 hours before I lost my job. And it was very difficult for me. I've been struggling with that and the loss of my, like, literally being fired from the first time ever in my entire life. Been struggling with those 2 blows that happened simultaneously on that day. And, you know, for the most part, I've been struggling with it very silently. But then it comes out by getting angry with people around me, irritated. And that's just not me, and I don't like that when that happens. And um, when we came home from the wedding trip, then a few weeks later started the classes about what it means to be diabetic. And like right before that was to take place, I just became so I use that word a lot, don't I? Overwhelmed. But it's the truth. I became overwhelmed with my emotions, my fears, like what my life is going to be like now. Um, and so I started crying one night. My husband, he's so wonderful. Whenever I cry, he doesn't run away. He actually runs to me. And he tries to understand what is happening with me. And so he was very patient with me, and we talked it out. And he asked if it would make me feel better if he came along and joined with me. And then I was crying because I was happy. And so we've gone to the 3 classes now, and it was really, really awesome. Very supportive. Like, I met the coolest people. In fact, sorry, I'm gonna do this again. Look at my eye, people. Sorry. I've got a contact here for one of my people, and she is a knitter, and I always knit everywhere I go, right? So, of course, actually, our husbands were laughing because both of them agreed that it was actually her husband was laughing because he was surprised she wasn't knitting, and my husband was laughing because he's just like, she knits everywhere. I can't stop her. and of course, I always meet other knitters. Not always, though, do we decide that we're going to connect online or anything like that. But this lady, we exchanged informations, and because we have a lot in common now between knitting, crafting, and now our health diagnosis. And so we're going to try and be a support to each other. And so I think I'm going to try and find a couple groups on Ravelry to see if there's some about diabetes on there. I was really brave too, and I let people know on social media that that was going on, and I got just, wow, such a response both on Instagram and on my Facebook feed from friends and family. Lots of people wanting to give me advice, and I love that. I love that people want to reach out and offer me insights and things like that. At the same time, right now, I don't particularly want advice. I don't know if other people are like this, where it just feels a little too encroaching when people sit there and tell you what to do. And so as a counselor, right, I don't tell people what to do. I work with you, I sit with you, I listen to you. We try and look at the situation from other points of view. We try and decide, like, is there another modality that you could go at life? But I don't sit there and say, you should do this and this and this. And I really appreciate it when people refrain from doing that to me as well. So, and I knew when I posted it out there that people would give me advice, and so I was prepared for that. However, I'm not prepared at this time to actually go in and entertain that advice by creating a conversation with them, which, if I wasn't prepared for that, I shouldn't have posted it. Whatever. It's just how it is. But, I've been through a lot of things in my life. I'm a cancer survivor. Now I've got diabetes. I was alone for most of my life. Besides from my family, I never had a significant other until the last 2 years. Well, not really 2 years, a year and a half maybe. Well, maybe more. Actually, no, almost 2 years. And so a lot of changes have happened. And so I'm working with that. And I'm as the new year approaches, I'm trying to figure out what that's going to mean for me in the new year. What my mantra for the new year wants to be, and how I am going to approach my life so that it can be the healthiest that it can be. And I'm wondering if you guys all are in a similar boat. If not, that's fine. So I thought I would open another thread on the Ravelry group to kind of just talk about life experiences, and maybe at the same time talking about not so much New Year's resolutions, but maybe about like some goals that we have. Not about changing your whole life, but like things that you'd like to work towards. Like, for instance, I would like to work towards a more healthy lifestyle. So that's a goal that I have. I'm not resolving to go on a diet. Does that make sense? I've decided that I'm going to really research out healthy modalities as far as what that would mean, like exercise and eating, eating the, I'm going to try the plate system, where half of it is vegetables and one half is carbs and the other half is meat, and so on and so forth. I'm going to start looking into those kinds of things, and my husband's on board for that. So, if you guys would like to join me in a conversation about those types of things and what that means for you, I would more than welcome that kind of a conversation. All right, and then so otherwise, the last couple weeks have been really cool. We've been making a lot of Christmas goodies and delivering them all over Oregon, and we plan on going and visiting some family. We have a Christmas party tonight. Watson. We have a Christmas party tonight that I'm going to bring some to, and then, let's see, I've got my work Christmas party next week. Not sure if I'm going to bring that there or maybe a different dish to that. And let's see. Oh, I got my nails done, so they're very Christmassy. I like them a lot. Pardon the gray dog. Baba, where is your toy? Can you get... No, never mind. Hey, look, the people on the... Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pause for a second. Okay, so Watson's gonna be held like a baby until he can calm down. And he's groaning. Can you hear him? And so yeah, we've been making a lot of Christmas cookies, delivering things, having a lot of cozy nights in front of the fire with the Christmas lights on, and we've gotten snow 2 weeks in a row here in the Portland area, and I'm in Wilsonville, but it's been pretty amazing, and it's been pretty amazing how little the people here in Oregon know how to drive in said snow. So, lots and lots of scary accidents. I've been able to go out to Seaside and to visit a lot of people, and I've been up to St. Helens and Scappoose visiting with some of my clients. I was supposed to be out in Tillamook yesterday, but because of the weather, I couldn't make it. So, I've just been having a great time, and you'll see some of the videos and pictures, not too many this time, just a couple, as per usual at the end of the video. So that's pretty much what's been happening. Life is really good. I'm really happy. And I love this season. It's good stuff. Anyway, so let's go on to our next segment. All right, so let's do some case notes. I've got a lot of them, and they're all pretty much of the same thing except for one. So let's start with the one that's different, shall we? I made this beautiful... That's a green. That's a hunter green on there, if it's not coming across correctly. This beautiful, that's a little better, that color there. Ornament. It's got a styrofoam ball inside. I love the decreases on the top. Isn't that beautiful? And then the I-cord hanger. This was so much fun to make. So this was a pattern that Jan from Friends in Fiber created, and she made this kit called the Christmas Balls Kit, and you could pick which of these color sets you want, and of course I wanted them all, so I got them all. But unfortunately I've only had time to make this one because of other things that I'll show you, but I did ball up everything. You saw these all last time, so there's, and then I've got some white, and then in the middle she sends you 2 styrofoam balls per kit, So I got 4 kits, so that means I got 8 styrofoam balls. And that's what is in the middle here instead of stuffing. It's ingenious! I love it. So I'm going to keep going on these when I have a chance, which might not be till after Christmas or maybe even next year because of what I'm going to show you now. So I highly recommend finding Friends in Fiber on Etsy and ordering yourself some if she still has some in stock. I didn't check. But she's also our sponsor this month for our for the Double Dip Cow. So there's that. So I'm going to set that down. Hopefully I'm not jiggling the camera too much. But I have been knitting on my, see my advent calendar? I have been knitting on my advent socks, which you can't really see. Okay. I have 15 socks, because today's the 16th, so I don't have the 16th done. Socks done. And holy cow, these take, I think I've gotten it down to a science. And I've gotten it to the point where I can knit one up in about an hour and 10 minutes. But there was quite a while there where it was taking me about 2 hours or more to knit these up. It just keeps going. And I've got like 10 more days or 9 more days to go. Okay, I think that's it. Sorry, I put them in my bowl there with my cinnamon pine cones. So, I've been doing contrasting heels and toes on some of them. A lot. Okay, so we've got some No Maker Sparkle Gnome. More No Maker Sparkle Gnome, and then a contrasting toe from somebody else. More No Makers. This one is, oh my goodness, I can't remember. Storybook Yarns, I think it is. In her self-striping colorway. I think I got that last year. I don't know, I found it in my stash, but look. the heel is 2 different colors, and I'll tell you why in a minute. And then I've got some more Gnome Acres. This one's the fruitcake colorway. That's better. Yeah. You know how I like to put things on my face. And then, of course, we've got the beloved Socks That Rock in Christmas Lights or Under the Christmas Tree. I can't remember which colorway it's called. This is all on my project page on Ravelry. And then here we've got Mistletoe from No Makers. And here we've got, I think this is Eggnog from No Makers with contrasting heel of the Sparkle Gnome. And sorry, I should not have done that. And then this is from Gail's Art, which is the socks that I'm knitting from now from my sock blank Under the Tree. And then I've got some more fruitcake for the contrasting toe there. Then some more No Makers. And then this is Christmas Lights from Socks That Rock for the heel. Another fruitcake. And this was my first attempt. I'm going to leave it, even though I don't like it. This was not part of the pattern of the other 14 or 15. But I'm going to leave it. It's my token weird one. And then this one was also from my sock blank from Gail's Art, Under the Tree. And the last one, here is a big one of Christmas Lights from Socks That Rock. I think this is a medium weight, I'm not sure. And then I've got some Sparkle Gnome for the contrasting base. So there you go. All 15. I dropped a couple, and Watson's on my lap. Did I show Under the Mistletoe yet? Oh, wait. I don't think I showed that one. That one's also a No Maker. I can't remember what this one is. Griswold. Or something like that. So there you go. Oh yeah. Here's another cool shot for the the cover of the podcast. Don't you love how I do that with you guys? I'm just dropping socks everywhere. So now that I've shown you, they can go back in the bowl, and then they'll go on the tree later tonight when my husband gets home. And this pattern is a free pattern on Ravelry. It is called Wow. Isn't that just awesome? I don't know what it's called. Alright, I'm going to pause for a second and go on to my Ravelry page. 1 second, guys. Okay, so it's called Mini Christmas Stocking Ornaments. And it's by Julie Williams. And then on here she also says Little Cotton Rabbits. That might be what she also does. And this is a really cool construction. These socks, these ornaments are actually knit flat. And then, here, let's get a contrasting one. Okay, so you knit them flat, and then at the end you mattress stitch up the back and join it together, and there you go, you're all done, right? Weave in the ends, which I discovered, Die Another Day, she has a tutorial on YouTube about weaving in your ends as you go. Wow, it's like changed my knitting life. I have been using it every night now. It's amazing, and I can't, it's so cool. You guys got to try it out, okay? If you need me, I'll link it. I'll try and remember to link it down here somewhere. But anyway, so you knit the 2 halves completely on either end. I wish I had one going now, because see, you knit 1 half of the heel over here and 1 half over here, and then you join them together, and it's just seamless and ingenious. And I now have it memorized, so I just do it completely from memory, and I love every second of it. So yeah, I'll probably do one tonight, this morning, while I wait for my friend to come in from Salem. I have a friend coming in from Salem, and we're gonna go yarn shopping. She is not a knitter, but she has, her sister is a knitter, and she wants to go get some yarn for her for Christmas. So who does she call on? Moi! So I get to go shopping for yarn! Yay! And I even got permission from my husband to buy some. So there you go. So I'll try and remember to take some pictures and put that in too, because that's really cool. So those are my finished objects, and I am like super excited about them. So we've got these kinds of things going on for Christmas. All right, so let's move on. All right, so in session. So this week I have in session these. I don't have it cast on because today, let's see, today is the 16th. So let's see what today's, oh no, please don't fall over. The balls of yarn are a little big in here. So it's often hard to get out. There we go. Like how I yelled. Okay. So, another self-striping. So I have another self-striping from Coloring Book Yarns. I hope that's right. In here, and I love this yarn. It is really sturdy, but super soft too. It's just a 2-ply, so it's also very plump. So I don't know, like I feel pretty confident when I'm knitting with that, which I've never knit with before, by the way. Then also on my needles is a continuation of my sock blank. Now my sock blank is a lot smaller now because I had to wind off a good 30 grams, I think, for the advent calendar socks. So I should have plenty. But this is as far as I've gotten. Let's see, because I really want you guys to... Oh, there we go. A little bit. Dude, come on, stop washing out. Everything is going to make it wash out, I think. Because I want you to see the red speckles. Dang it. Well, there's a lot of red, beautiful speckles in there with the green. And I love it. And my husband loves it too, and I really wish I had one for him. So here's the first sock, which you guys have already seen, with a contrasting toe from Jameson Wool in red. And then I've got the second one going. And I hope to have these done by Christmas Eve to wear them, which, oh crap, Christmas Eve I believe is next Saturday. So, I better get going on that. So that's in my bag from my sister with the fabric that I picked out. I I love this bag. Holy cow, do I love this bag. Then I finally was able to cast this bad boy on for my husband and get everything right. So, I'm knitting a pair of socks out of online socks, which Super Sock. This is their sport weight, and which I believe is now discontinued, or at least that's what it's showing on the internet. And I need to measure my heel flap because I think I might have a little bit more to go, but I'm doing an Eye of Partridge. I was going to do a Fish Lips Kid's heel like I did on his last sock, but he's got a high arch, and I noticed that on the Fish Lips Kiss heel, it's really, really tight around his arch heel area. So I wanted to do a heel flap, see if that would fit him better, because I think it would. So I'm doing that because of the gusset, you know. So it'll give him a little bit more room in that area. So I'm really enjoying this. This is really fun. I'm knitting this. Oh my gosh, I haven't told you about any of my needles. Well, it's all socks. So size 1 needles for everything until now. On these needles I'm knitting size US size 1.5, 2.5 millimeter, right? Yes, 2.5 millimeter, 1.5 US. Sorry about my dog. All right, and okay, so that's really all I've worked on, but I am going to show you this final project just because I want to hold myself accountable. And this, by the way, is in my Slip Stitch Studios, my only Slip Stitch Studio bag, which I really love. It's got this girl with hedgehogs having tea. I do enjoy that. My last one is in one of my mini Fat Squirrel Speaks Fat Squirrel Fibers, and that is my Color Affection. No, not Color Affection. I've always wanted to knit a Color Affection. I just haven't done it. Pure Joy by Joji Locatelli. And that's this. I haven't knit a single stitch on it. By the way, here's my needle minder from Hot Pink Socks. You guys have seen this lots of times. Which, speaking of, I am now going to put my needles in there. So it works great for for all needles, because you just put them in there and you snap it into place and everything is kosher. I'm knitting this on Ella Rae lace in the fingering. Ella Rae lace, and yeah, I don't care if you see how much it costs. That is actually too much. That should not be that much. Yeah, if you go to someplace like today, I'll try and take a picture if I'm out and about and see some more Ella Rae. Who knows, I'll probably buy some too, because I do love me some Ella Rae. It's usually around $20 to $22 a skein, but back home in Alaska, everything is a little bit more expensive. So this was $26 really, a skein. So I have no idea which is which or which colorway is which, but they're colorways LM67 and LM56 in their tonal line. So I'm knitting them with this coral pink and navy blue. And that's it as far as what's on my needles. I have a lot more on my needles, believe me. But all of them are in like hibernation until after Christmas. My husband was actually complaining the other day that I never knit for myself. And generally he's right. Only I pointed out to him that I just knit a wedding sweater for myself. I just knit myself a wedding shawl. I just knit myself some wedding socks. So to say that I don't knit for myself is kind of an untruth. Normally it would be true, but you know. So but I promised him that after Christmas I would stop knitting for other people, even though that's a total lie. By the way, this he counts for other people, even though it's for us, for our Christmas tree. He still counts it as for other people because he requested it of me. So he feels that because I didn't come up with it to knit it for him, then I'm still knitting for other people. Whatever. Anyway, I told them after Christmas I'll get back on knitting my sweaters and those other lovely things that I want to knit for myself. But, I mean, like, I'm knitting a pair of socks for myself. Come on! I knit for myself all the time. Sorry, needed some water. And for you all to see how I've displayed my Stocking Knit Zombie podcast logo. People ask me about that all the time. They're like, what is that? And then I get to talk about knitting, so I love it. Then I think that's it, honestly. We still have until the end of the month going our, well, I said that I was calling him because I usually, you know, when I call him. We still have our double dip cow for December going on. We're getting lots of responses from that. Our Ravelry group is growing. We now have 71 members. I love it. I honestly have no idea how many we have on the YouTube channel. And I'll tell you this, I'm kind of toying with this idea. I'm a little impatient to give away some stuff. So I was kind of thinking I might give away something when we reach 100 Ravelers instead of waiting for 100 YouTube subscribers. Well, we have 49 on YouTube now. Sorry, I pulled up my computer and looked. We now have 49. So it's getting up there. It's halfway there. So, we'll see. We'll see. And that was my hand spun that I have in the other room that I'm giving away for that prize. And then the prize for the double dip cow is this beautiful skein. And here's mine from Jana Friends and Fiber. Oh, that's a good one. It's these beautiful neutrals of like tan brown, grays, and blue. And it's just absolutely wonderful. I'm gonna knit my father-in-law some fingerless mitts out of these for him. He's a gardener and a landscaper. But here's your prize, and she even included some stitch markers and a lavender sachet. Gotta love that. And so it's lovely. It's her twill base. And I would note that Friends and Fiber, they are actually very affordable. So I would really encourage you guys to go on to their Etsy shop, and they're not only affordable, but they've got some amazing fiber and yarn for you all. They get their bases from Ashland Bay Yarn Company. Ashland Bay Mills, and who I got my bases from as well when I was dyeing yarn. And I love that company. They're right here in Oregon. Actually, they're just right down the street from me. They're not too far away from me. So they're just, yeah. They're all of their wool is locally sourced American wool. So I would just highly recommend shopping locally, because when you're shopping with Friends and Fiber and most other dyers here, you're getting wool that's completely local and then spun in local mills and then dyed by a local artist. So you can kind of pat yourself on the back for that one. But, you know, I just really want to encourage you guys to go out and do that. Maybe spoil yourself a little bit this Christmas. As my husband tells me I'm supposed to do for me, but I feel like I'm already doing it, so I don't... Whatever. We won't get into that again. We'll just go round and round and round. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. Again, if you would like to find me on Instagram, it's aka_Millie907, and on Ravelry at aka_Millie. And I look forward to seeing you in about 10 days or so. So Merry Christmas, guys, and I'll see you right before New Year's Eve. And maybe we'll have some more things to discuss about the whole goals for New Year, for this time of year. Not the new year, just this time of year. Alright, take care. Love you all. Bye.